happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know you guys could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title line, you're definitely going to see this one as we're witnessing disaster striking for Kamala Harris as Obama is now nuked her campaign. This newest update, guys, I'm excited to get into it. So we're not straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Communities is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you,
I don't think so.
went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. He's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
Political talking points like this are obviously condescending, insulting, frankly, in my view, racist and disgusting. And apparently, I'm not the only one. Apparently, that's not a partisan view. We've got Nina Turner here. I'm sure you guys know who Nina Turner is.
I just want to point out one thing. You notice how it's always them. They always want to say that, Donald Trump is divisive. He's always trying to put or drive a wedge in between you and your neighbor. We see right there who is the first party to bring up race. They always try to inject race, relate race to it. Like, come on, brothers. You're not going to vote for someone who literally looks like you was raised. Like, come on. It's so fake.
Why are black men being lectured to?
I even describe her more as a socialist. Take a look.
Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group?
A tour of media to appeal to men.
They need to appeal to the needs of the voters. And so when I was a delegate for President Obama in both of his elections in Ohio, right now the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons.
Look at CNN host Abby Phillips' face in this one. I mean, it shows, guys. Everyone knows that this guy was flat out wrong. He should have never came at, those black men, black voters like that. Almost trying to push a message or tell them how they should be thinking. Like, you guys ought to be ashamed for, being individual free thinkers and, voting based off of, who's going to benefit your household and your family needs the best. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who by and large don't vote much differently from black women. And why? as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons. In 2020, the vice president was labeled a cop, as we know.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman?
It might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man. So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again, is President Obama and is the Harris-Walz campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing black?
And then Abby Phillips trying to push the narrative to say that you think Obama was right, that, you know, it's the black men being misogynistic. They won't vote for a woman. Guys, we're seeing the candidate that is put in front of us. We're voting based off, like I said, your policies, your position. How is your plan going to benefit my household? We just don't see. It looks like the cons are outweighing the pros with this candidate. I mean, it's a clear pick, just like Obama said. Was right on that.
Harris-Walz campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing black.
She had that panel speechless, and she's totally right on the frickin' money. She asked the question, why are black men being lectured to? Black men being belittled? And that's exactly what it is. I don't even need to really explain it. Vote for Kamala Harris because you and her share a common skin complexion. That is essentially, in essence, what Barack Obama said. It's an insult to your intelligence. And frankly, I think a lot of people are just sick of it. You know, the way black men feel, I think can be described by a clip that popped up on my timeline here of Charles Barkley.
I voted Democratic my entire life. And I'm starting to think like, man, everybody in my hometown is still poor. Man, all the black neighborhoods are still poor. They all go to schools, and we've been voted Democratic for 59 years. I've been on the earth.
Voting for the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, is the definition of insanity, and people have had enough. They've been told their entire life, vote for the Democrat. It's going to make your life better. It's going to solve all the problems in the inner city. But the Democrat track record is horrible. In many cases, in many neighborhoods, things are worse now than they were before. People have serious issues, and they're starting to research a lot of the top issues of the election. They have legitimate grievances, and now they're being told, put that all aside, stop being a sexist, and vote for Kamala Harris because she's just like you. Give me a freaking break. And it's even worse, I mean, way worse, with Kamala Harris as the subject, because only recently now is she claiming this deep connection to black American roots. Throughout her entire career, she was an Indian woman. The headlines were always the first Indian woman elected. And now all of a sudden, Kamala Harris is talking about Tupac and Biggie, washing her collard greens in the bathtub, and faking an accent at these events. It's a slap in the frickin' face. And people are frustrated with it. They're frustrated with the whole process. But most importantly, I think people are done with the insulting, condescending narrative. Vote for us because of the color of your skin. I'm asking myself the question, why is that only with black voters? Like in a lot of these instances, just change the context a little bit. Could you imagine some big-time politician, possibly a former president, saying, vote for Donald Trump as a white male because he's a white male just like you? First of all, the left would be throwing a hissy fit, claiming that's the most racist thing that's ever been said. And secondly, I think most people, most white men, would frankly tell you to F off. You don't vote based on skin color. You don't vote based on what neighborhood someone grew up in. You vote based on policy and track record. And frankly, I think it's racist to suggest anything different. But again, conclusion here, aside from the condescending element, the insult to voters, the insult to our intelligence, the racism, my take from this situation is that Democrats know they're losing.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Liberal Hive Mind. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those who want to go over there and check that out. Speaking of neighborhoods, guys, I want to point out this guy Obama lives in one of the whitest neighborhoods in America, which is in Martha's Vineyard. It just does not make sense how this guy is, coming down on black men, condemning them for not being in support of what's supposed to be our sister. I'll air quote that one because that's definitely not our sister. As we can see here, guys, she's only doing this so she can grab a vote. Once she grabs the vote, she'll never look back. We've seen this time in, time out. Obama's trying to figure out why are we not getting the same amount of support that we seen coming in for me, for her. He wants it to translate, and we're just simply saying, folks are fed up with the lies. You know, they mistakenly put you in your spot, put you in the position you were in, learn from their mistakes, and now folks can see they're not going to make the same mistake again. They're going to move past that. I mean, seriously, how many times do they expect to be able to, you know, pull the wool over the black voters' eyes and say, hey, just give me your vote and I'll just trust me, I got you on the back? And how many times do they expect that to work with the empty promises, you know, no promises ever coming through or being fulfilled on the back end? How many times do they really expect that to work with the black voter demographic? It truly is a slap in the face, you know, to see him talking like that, you know, especially me being a black man. Like, my vote, you're telling me that my vote has to go to this lady because of the skin, my skin color? And High Mind brings up a very valid point. You know, if this was on the reverse, the flip side, and Donald Trump was trying to do that, guys, I bet everything I own, they call Donald Trump the most prejudiced guy that's ever run for presidency. Guys, definitely out in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you'd enjoy more content like this. Catch you guys on the next week.